Good morning, dear chess friends. Today I am going to show you an amazing game between German chess master Louis Paulsen and US chess genius Paul Morphy. This game is played in 1857 and it was in the first US Congress in New York. So without further much waiting, let's start our game. Game started with e4 and e5 by black, knight to f3, knight to c6, knight to c3, knight to f6 and bishop to b5. We see a four knights game here, Spanish variation. Then black played bishop to c5 and castles by both sides. White took on e5 by his knight and black played rook to e1. Well, you may ask why black didn't capture on e5 by its knight. If we go back, we can see that if black captured with knight on e5, then there was simply pawn fork on d4, forking the black bishop and the knight. Let's go back to the game. We see here knight captures on c6, d captures on 6, and bishop plays c4. Morphy plays b5 and making bishop retreat. Bishop retreats to e2 and black captures on e4 by its knight. After knight captures e4 and rook captures e4, white plays bishop to f2 and black rook retreats to e6. Here we see c3 by white preparing the move of d4, but black queen doesn't allow it by playing queen to d3. Now white plays b4 and black bishop retreats to b6. After the move a4, black captures a4 and queen captures a4. Then black plays bishop to d7 and white plays rook to a2 and black plays rook to e8. After queen to a6, can you find the amazing moves that Paul Morphy did in his game? Actually, chess writer Irving Chernev mentioned this game in his book by talking about Paul Morphy, that he almost taught for 12 minutes in this move, and he was thinking that probably every variation would finish with the victory of the black. And Paul Morphy played queen takes f3, as we see here. Removing the white pawns on the king side, the main defense of the king, and white plays g takes f3. Here Morphy plays rook to g6 and check. White king only can move to h1, as we see here. Then black plays bishop to h3 and rook moves to d1. Why d1? Can mention that maybe white rook can play rook to g1. But if rook to g1, then simply rook to xg1 check, king takes, and rook to e1 check. After the queen to f1 and king takes, rook to xf1, it's simply checkmate. In game we see rook to d1, then bishop to g2 check, king to g1, bishop takes f3 check, king to f1, bishop to g2 check again, king to g1, bishop to h3 discovered check one more time by the black rook. Then king moves again to h1 and Morphy captures the f2 pawn by his black bishop. Then white plays queen to f1. This is absolutely forced move and black captures f1 by its bishop. Rook captures f1 and black plays rook to e2. After the move rook to a1, black plays rook to h6 and d4, e3, and here Louis Paulsen resigns. We can find some moves like maybe bishop takes c3, but still again after rook captures h2 check, king to g1 and rook to g2, it is checkmate. Or we can give another example. If white plays rook to f2, then simply captures f2, bishop captures e3, and after rook captures h2, king to g1, rook to h1, and king should move to f2, and white loses its rook, and it won't be a problem for Paul Morphy to win the game from here. So thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel Chess to Max in order to get some more beautiful chess content in the future. See you in next videos and goodbye.